Before we actually get the festivities started here, obviously this is a very special occasion for my husband John and I. We would also like all of you to help us congratulate my aunt and uncle. If you guys could please stand. He's such a good... Sandy and Andy, they're married 45 years today. Woo-hoo! We are so grateful that you would take this day, this special day of 45 years, to be here with us. This is my aunt Sandy, Uncle Andy, and you're such special people and stuff and that. So thank you for being here on this special day with us.
Any words of
wisdom?
Hang in there.
I'm not going to use a microphone, so listen up.
We're going to get the front.
First of all, thank you everybody for coming and participating. It means so much to us, truly, truly does. And I know that to many of you, this has been kind of a whirlwind relationship. I'm sure that's the way it looks. And I'm not going to steal their thunder, but I can assure you that there's been more than 3 weeks behind this. And I can certainly speak for my wife. I think I can speak for the Fries. We are giving a collective sigh. Thank heavens it finally came to fruition. So I'd like to say that I'll give a little bit of an introduction to about both of them, because I realize a lot of you haven't had a chance to really learn anything about the other one, depending on what side of the family you're on. So, first of all, my daughter, Nikki. I have bored many of people to death for hours at a time. I won't do that tonight, except to say, you know, since she was a little girl, there's several things that have struck me about Nicole. And first of all was her tremendous intellect. When she was little, and my sisters will vouch for this, she would hit my mother's house, and within minutes, she would have been through every room, every closet, every drawer, and she would catalog exactly where everything was. And she's been like that all through her life. And I've been amazed at her intellect. I'm going to turn to a pile of goo. I already did that. Your sense of humor has been a blessing. Don't ever lose that. Okay? You've been a joy. But what has amazed me the most, and what has given me the most pride, is her strength of character. I don't know hardly anybody else that is as focused and as strong and as determined as Nicole is. She has proven over and over a strength of character that just leaves me in awe. So for that I salute you. Danny, we've had the pleasure of knowing Danny's family and Dan for many years, 15 years and going on. And for those of you who don't know Dan, you can't understand Dan without knowing his family. The Fries have been friends. They have been warm and loving, generous, and to know the Fries, it's important to know just how close-knit their families are. The love in that family is the foundation for Dan. Come on in. This is my Aunt Mary. Good. Danny is so much like Nicole, keen intellect, very, very intelligent, sharp, quick learner. He has a great compassion for people, a wonderful sense of humor. But again, the thing that impresses me the most about Dan is his strength of character. He's focused, he's compassionate, and yet very determined to accomplish what he sets out in life. So you guys are a good match. So, but be aware she's a strong personality. So, Without stealing your thunder, I will say that for many of you, it looks like this was a whirlwind 3-week deal. Trust me, there's more to it than that. But I'm not going to steal your thunder. However, you are going to get some fatherly advice. And remarkably, I'm going to mirror almost what was in that sermon today at the wedding. And that was not planned. I spent a little time thinking about it and came up with what I thought the key points were, and chuckled while you were reading this because it was almost a checklist. The first thing I would say is learn to respect each other and let that grow. And also develop the ability to earn the respect from the other. And respect in the end has to be earned. Keep a sense of humor. The ability to make the other person smile, to make them chuckle, to make them laugh is a bond, it's a glue, it'll hold you together. Be very quick to forgive. Forgive the other one faster than you would forgive yourself. I learned that from my wife. And I've given her lots of practice. But for that, she has my unending loyalty. You can have that too. The little things, you know, I'm sure in the last 2 weeks you've heard a whirlwind of, well, you know, marriage is compromise, and you got to work at marriage, and all these different things. It probably scares you to some degree. But, and it's true. All those things are true, but they don't have to be hard, and they don't have to be bad, certainly. And so much of it is the little things. Sometimes walk up and just give the other one a hug for some little thing that they did that would have been so easy to take for granted. But don't do that. Sometimes walk up and give the other one a big wet kiss for absolutely no reason in the world. Okay? And don't lose the ability to do that. Every day, if you can, somewhere during the course of the day, tell each other you love them. Reaffirm that as much as you can. Let it grow. I should just do good 10 push-ups. And last, but absolutely the most important, is keep Christ first in your life. Sue and I were talking just the other day. There was a young man that I knew, a Marine, 18 years old, Lance Corporal. And I won't belabor this story, but after a particularly hard couple of days, Marines went down, his friends, his brothers. And in the course of the debriefing and everything, people were asking this young Marine, how you doing? You okay? He says, yes, I'm okay with this. I'm good. I'm good. And they didn't believe it. The docs didn't believe it. You know, you were a foreman. Oh, he's blocking it out. He's in denial, this and that. And finally, a man pushed it again, and he looked at him with a clarity in his eyes and a conviction in his voice, and he said, look, he said, I don't know why God does what he does. He said, but I do know that God knows why. And that's good enough for me. I gathered so much strength over the years from that simple statement, that conviction that this young man had, that life does throw you some agonies and it'll throw you some hard times. But if you can keep Christ first in your life, he will make your love grow, and the strength and the conviction that that young man taught me will keep you focused on how you get through those tough times. Okay? You'll find less and less referring to each other as she and I, he and I, and more as we, the flesh. And that's how God envisions marriage. So keep that focus. You're about to start a wonderful journey, a very fun time. Hang on to your undershirts. It's going to be a great ride. Okay? Relish it, enjoy it, savor every minute of it, and someday, God willing, 33 years from today, you'll be able to look at your spouse and realize it is truly possible to love each other more today than you ever have in your life. That's my 2 cents.